From John Cook Arena at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, we have NCAA Volleyball tonight as Grand Canyon University at 6-1 travels to take on the #1 team in the nation, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, at 7-0. And hello again, everyone, and welcome inside John Cook Arena. Along with the coach, John Cook, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we get set for another Nebraska match here at home. And I think, John, if there's one thing we've learned this year, it's that Danny Busboom-Kelly not afraid to mix up the lineup, and we're going to see that again tonight. We're going to see a new setter tonight, 2 new outside hitters, and probably a new libero and a new middle. So that's almost about 90% of the starting lineup right there. But she's not afraid, you're correct. And I talked to her today, and she wants to get all these guys ready to play because she thinks they're going to need them down the stretch. One of those interchangeable pieces has been at libero, Olivia Malk and Lainey Choboy. Let's start with Lainey. Well, Lainey is, she's a highlight reel, as you can see here, flying around, taking balls from all over the court. Great defensive player. Here she sets a great ball out of system, and Lainey is very athletic, and she also brings a lot of energy to the court and makes people around them have high energy. And Olivia Malk, a little different. She's quieter, she's unassuming, but she's a great passer. And she is statistically right now very close to where Lexi Rodriguez was last year. So that is an elite company right there. And this is a great battle going on, but Danny has the luxury. She can just interchange them, and they do great. All kinds of talent for the Huskers this year. The newcomers get their chance tonight here against Grand Canyon University. Nebraska is hosting at home. They're #1 in the country, undefeated. They take on Grand Canyon when we come back here at the Devaney Sports Center in Lincoln. Back at the Devaney Center here in Lincoln, Grand Canyon takes on Nebraska tonight at the Devaney Sports Center. Huskers undefeated at 7-0 on the year. Grand Canyon has been playing well. They've had 2 5-setters in their last 3 matches. They are 6-1 coming in here to challenge Nebraska, and it will be a brand new lineup that Grand Canyon, the Lopes, will face against the Huskers. As starting at setter will be Campbell Flynn, the freshman. Adriano gets the start at opposite. Rebecca Alec consistent in the middle. Obeche gets the start also in the middle. Skylar Pierce technically will not get the start. It'll be in the back row, Maisie Bosinger for her. But when she rotates in, Pierce will run through the front row. Sigler gets the start, and a very different looking lineup, John. Olivia Malk. This is probably the biggest change she's made all year for a starting lineup. But you know what? I look out there, and I mean, there's no drop off. So now the question will be, how will they play together? And that's what they got to figure out. So maybe we see a slow start as they work through it, but she rotates them in practice, so they're used to this. And then the interesting thing with Grand Canyon is they're running a 6-2, and we're going to see something we never see before, or very rarely. They're going to have a setter who will set in the back row and then come around and hit in the front row. There is Danny Busboom-Kelly, first season 7-0 at Nebraska. You see her sparkling career record in her 8 seasons at Louisville before coming back home this year. GCU will start it off. Natalie Guerrero back to serve for Grand Canyon. Good pass by Bosinger. They run the middle. Rebecca Alec terminates. Maisie hasn't played a lot, but she's also a great passer, and that's a great way to start off. She's a senior. She's calm. She knows it's her last shot, puts it right on the money, and here we go. It's going to be tough to stop that all night. So now Alec back to serve. Alec's numbers have been ridiculously good this year, clearly having her best year in her senior season. Good up there by Alec. One-handed set by Flynn off the block, and the kill by Obeche. Mania Obeche with the swing and kill. Larry, watch this here. This is a great touch on the block, great dig by Rebecca Alec in a one-handed set. I mean, that's perfect right there. That's elite volleyball, and Campbell Flynn is a freshman. She showed you how to do it. Overpass, Obeche with the kill. This is a great freshman class Nebraska has. Congratulations. You're seeing her right here, and not only are they great players, but they're really close and tight-knit. They always have been. Well, a lot of them played on USA teams, correct? Yes. 18 and 19 other teams. Good hustle by Bosinger to keep it alive. Pushed outside the swing, great up. Flynn to Sigler, not down. Push to the deep corner, goes Ramirez. We'll see a lot from Ramirez, and there is Sigler with the kill.
3 digs for Maisie in that rally. You saw there, again, Nebraska continue to better the ball, put the Campbell at the net, and they get a great pass set kill.
Huskers off to the quick start, 4-0. Pushed out to Ramirez again. That's off the top of the block. Good up by Rebecca Alec, but nobody there.
That was a great up by Rebecca Alec. The problem was Campbell couldn't get it by her because she dove on the ground. So great effort by the Huskers. One thing you worry about on these matches, they're playing a Grand Canyon team. It's not a Big Ten team. Will they have a letdown? These guys are they're coming to play tonight.
Adriano with the swing from the right pin into the net, called on GCU. There's the head coach for the Lopes, Kendra Potts, in her 2nd season in Arizona. Led her Division II team, West Texas A&M, to a national title in 2023. Also led them back, or 2022 the title was, led them back to the championship match in 2023. Off the block. It's a good swipe there by Ramirez off the hands of Campbell. So Chilboy now in the lineup.
Let's watch this play here. Watch this tool here off the block. And as we say, there's no diggers over here. So it's a great kill and a great play.
Bump set by Flynn. Sigler off the top of the block gets the kill. Terea Sigler getting her opportunity in 6 rotations tonight.
Larry, and now Nebraska come back and counter that. Watch this hit here. It's going to go here. And she's going to just take a little off, hit it off those hands. And again, the only diggers over there are the coaches for Grand Canyon.
Down the line, Ramirez. She's got a quick swing and gets the kill.
Really nice side out there by Grand Canyon. Ramirez had a nice opening in the block because Campbell Flynn got caught up on the middle. So she made him pay.
Hunter West now back to serve. West, a former Nebraska prep out of Wausau, Nebraska. In her bio sheet, she lists her favorite players. One of them, Andy Jackson, and another one, Lexi Rodriguez.
I had to look up Wausau. I've never been there before. I didn't know where it was. But apparently she played volleyball for VCN in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Right. Good pass. Ran the middle, not down. First swing from Skylar Pierce. Good dig. Into the antenna. Pushed a little too far for Alec. So Bella Anderson now back to serve. Bella out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So she's played with some of the Huskers across the net. Sigler with the swing. Boy, there's some authority on that one. Check it. I think Sigler. It was not Sigler. Obviously, that's Skylar
Larry,
Pierce.
I want to show you what sets us up. Look right here. Look at this pass. She keeps her arms out, wide base, and stays with it. Puts it right. Campbell Flynn barely has to move on that. It's so hard to defend that when you pass it. You know, we call that a perfect pass.
Tips it back the other side. And the point for GCU.
Good rally for them. That's great effort there by Macy Hughes to find a way to tool it off the block and win that. We call that a joust, with the ball's on top of the net and everybody's trying to do something with it. she got it in there and pushed it off. A really nice play.
Why do setters usually win those jousts?
Because they're smarter. That's why I hire setters. Danny's a setter. Kelly was a setter. You hire setters, assistant coaches.
There you go. Swing in the middle. Off the hands of the kill. Goodman with the kill.
Everybody thought Rebecca Alec blocked that, but she wasn't quite over the net, so it just waterfalls inside her. And you can see here, this great shot here by our Nebraska Public Media here. And you can see it drops on her side. So it's just, blocking is a game of inches. 1 inch determines whether it's a good block or a bad block.
Kavachak with the serve. Good pass from Sigler. Adriano with the swing.
So, Larry, look here. This is one of the things that they do in what's called Nebraska Rotation 1. So Adriana's going to come in here, and Skylar's out here, and Becca's going behind. So you can see it's all one-on-one right there in the middle. Now look at the matchup. Adriano's going to win that most of the time.
Tipped over. Adriano keeps it alive. Sigler rolls it over, and the kill. Didn't have much there, but a great roll by Terea Sigler.
She's one of those players we call a true 6 outside hitter, because she can do everything well. And there's an example. She changes up her shot. She's one of the hardest hitters in the gym, but she just off-speeded it there and got an, I mean, the ball didn't even get touched. Oh, here we go. We got
by Flynn.
Nice set. Hit that.
Right back to her. Off the block, Sigler with another kill. Sigler already with 4 on 5 swings. She's hitting .800.
So this is a scramble play, and you're going to see her come in here, and she's going to take a little off and just tool that right hand right there. That right hand was moving, and got an easy kill.
Overpass, put down by Rebecca Alec. Alec off to the quick start as well. That's her second kill. And a timeout taken by GCU. Huskers on top early, doubling up Grand Canyon. At the Devaney Sports Center, Nebraska out to the quick start, 12-6 here in the opening set. Huskers right now, John, hitting .562.
Yeah, they came to play tonight.
Brand new lineup, new starters, and it hasn't phased them a bit. And Boziger with the ace. Maisie's
on fire tonight. She's digging, chasing balls down, and she just got an ace, and she's had a couple other bad passes on her serve. She got an overpass, which is, she doesn't get the kill, but it helps Becca hitting percentage.
Pushed outside, big swing right into the block by Osterdahl. But point for Nebraska.
Well, this is just a really big block here, and that set is a little bit tight. You can see how she kind of had to jump in for that. And it's impossible to try to hit against that block with that set.
A good dig by Flynn. No blocker there, and Flynn handled it. Ran Alec just dumps it into the donut and gets the kill.
So Larry, here's this is just a great set here, and again, Adriano set this up by passing the ball right there, and we call this the donut right there. It's really hard to defend that.
Just on the line, good swing and a nice kill. A pace shot there. Took a little bit off it. Did Ramirez?
Yeah, Ramirez hit, that was out of the back row. So they're running a 6-2, which means they always have 3 hitters, and they set a 4th hitter out of the back row. Nice play and caught Nebraska off guard.
And you mentioned Nunez sets out of the back row. Nunez in the front row right now for GCU, so she'll be swinging on this rotation through. Adriano 3 for 3. 3 swings, 3 kills.
Again, Sigler set up a great pass here. Look at this set here by Campbell. she's going long distance, so this middle blocker never gets there. So one-on-one for Adriano, and it's a kill.
Flynn back to Adriano again. The tip this time not down. Free ball opportunity here for Nebraska. Flynn pushes out Sigler with the swing, and it's blocked. Point GCU. The block on that right side. It looked like Goodman was there.
That was a really nice block right there. Nebraska tried to run an inside go set, we call it, and that Goodman jumped in there and took it away. Great play by her.
And the serve by Goodman is in. Right on the back line for the ace.
Grand Canyon's hanging in there a little bit, starting to compete a little bit better.
Obeche with the kill. Great set by Flynn again.
All set up by the pass. And Sigler put that ball again on Campbell's, really right on her head, and great execution by Nebraska. So we'll see if Grand Canyon here can side out.
Obeche was kind of a late bloomer, right? I mean, she wasn't high in the rankings early, but I think, after the decommitment from Northwestern, after the changing coaches, there were a lot of people who were in on her at that point because they had seen her play.
Yeah, she was definitely a late bloomer, and I think she played basketball. And look at this block by her right here. Look at her finish over the net. That's big time for any college volleyball player, but it's really big time for a freshman.
Adriano with the kill. That is a 4th kill now for Adriano. And another timeout taken by GCU with the Huskers on top by 10. They're hitting 5:22 in the match and in control.
Larry, we want to take a look at this last play that Nebraska ran. It's a very unusual play you don't see a lot in college volleyball. So you're going to see Obeche go out here. You got Campbell, who's a lefty, who can attack, and now Adriano's going to come out of the back row right here, and then here's Sigler out here. So you got 4 hitters you have to defend, and she sets this little inside set. We call it a 40, and again, I don't, Grand Canyon probably has not seen that. So for those players, they're worrying about Obeche, they're worrying about Campbell up there, and they don't realize Adriano's coming out of the back row. So they're confused. The back row didn't know where to go. The block didn't know where to go. And it wasn't that great of a hit, but it was a kill for Nebraska.
Adriano, 4 kills, 5 swings, hitting 800 here in set number 1. Back to serve now is Adriano. Off the net, Ramirez up down. Got the back corner, great shot again. Wow, Sigler.
Let's watch this set here by Campbell. And again, I love setters, but she's going to put this. Oh, we missed it there. She put that ball in a tough dig right in the window for Sigler to hit that ball, and she made a great shot down the line.
And the ace by Adriano. She's so good at mixing up her serves.
Yeah. There's nobody in college volleyball passing that serve right there. Now let's see if she can do it again. You want to put a bet on it? It's a high risk, high reward serve, or she might come back and change it up. This is if she can get this thing going, I mean, it'll be a huge weapon for Nebraska. So she took a little off there, but still gets a bad pass out of it.
Ramirez couldn't get through the block. Ramirez again into the block. Good up. Campbell Flynn, big swing from the lefty.
And that's something that anytime you can get a setter that's a left-handed, you have a huge advantage. Look at Campbell. She loves to hit. She just. And yeah, that block is now going to be thinking about that play every time the ball is close to the net.
And into the net. Huskers still 3 away from set number 1.
So statistically, what Danny and Jalen will look at on that is, okay, Adriano missed a serve, but she calls an ace. She got another bad pass out of it. So anytime you can go back there and score 2 points for more consistent, they'll be really effective.
Bella Nunez will now set out of the back row on the serve there and drops that in for the ace. 2 aces for GCU here in set 1.
This is, to me, this is a little lazy volleyball. I'm going to get off to the Huskers here a little bit. They've got to see that ball out. They've got to chase it all the way back, and they just kind of look at it and hope it's out.
Overpass. Sigler rolls it over. Not down on the swing by Hughes. Great tip. Obeche found the open floor.
Larry, I can tell you, they don't practice that. That's just an athlete right there. Awesome dig by Laney there. Campbell gets it up, and look at this set from way off the net. I mean, that's just,
yeah. Hey,
this is what you tell, if I'm Grand Canyon coach, a side out. No sense in talking about that one.
Pierce fires into the block, recycles. Obeche tips. Into the block and out. Point for GCU.
Nice swing by Ramirez there. Boy, Nebraska just puts so much pressure on you because they force you to side out at a really high level because they're going to side out, and then their transition is so good.
And right now, GCU siding out at just 29%. Great dump by Campbell Flynn.
I wish I had the clicker to go back, because the play before this, Campbell had 2 blockers on her. Now she probably thinks they're not going to block me and just shoots it over there. Nobody even moved for it.
Set point for Nebraska. And it's an ace. What a dominant performance in set number 1 for the Big Red.